One of the most inaccurate assumptions that a lot of guys make when it comes to women is that you must be toxic in order to create attraction. That if you want women to desire you, you must become a bad boy in a sense. But nothing can be further from the truth. The truth is there are healthy ways to create attraction. If you were to learn how to do this, your relationships will actually be able to stand the test of time. Let me explain. If you've been following me for some time, you know that I always say there are two sides of attraction: spark and safety. Spark is anything that makes a woman desire you and crave you, right? Safety is anything that makes a woman feel emotionally safe and connected to you, right? Now, the issue is there is a healthy side of spark and safety and an unhealthy side of spark and safety. But for this video, we're just going to talk about spark. There are a lot of guys who display the shadow side of spark, or who give off spark in an unhealthy way. And the way that they accomplish this is they are inconsistent, meaning hot and cold. They emotionally withdraw. They create open loops, right? They never give the woman any sense of certainty. And this creates anxiety in the woman in question. That anxiety, that desire to know where she stands, causes her to lean in a bit more, causes her to act in an obsessive way. And the honest truth is this approach works. It does make a lot of women become more attracted to you, or at least they think that they are attracted to you. What's actually occurring is they're becoming dysregulated, right? And it causes them to chase a bit, to lean more into the connection, to ruminate and become obsessive. But there is a real cost to having this approach. And the cost is you won't be able to hold the connection. That anxiety will burn her out, essentially. And the lack of safety that is created in these dynamics will cause the woman to ultimately leave. And in addition to that, it tends to work on women who are not as psychologically developed. Women who are psychologically developed, who are a bit more mature, tend to be turned off by this type of behavior. So the women that it works on are women who you probably wouldn't want to build a life with in the first place. Now, as I've said, there is a healthier way to create spark. And the healthier way is going to be you being a bit more playful, being bold, having boundaries, having more charisma, a good sense of humor, right? Being smooth in how you escalate. All of these things are going to achieve the same aim. It still will create desire, still will create attraction, but it will create it in a way that is actually sustainable. That way you can actually build a relationship with the woman in question. Because giving spark in this way doesn't decrease safety. Remember, there's two sides of attraction, spark and safety. Women need both. When you go the toxic way, when you go the toxic path, you get spark, but you decrease safety in the process, so you can't hold the connection. When you give spark in a healthier way, you maintain safety. You build the foundation for safety. Therefore, you can actually build a sustainable connection with the woman in question. In short, don't believe the lies. You can absolutely be a good guy and still do well with the opposite sex. You just have to cultivate a bit of edge in order to achieve that. And the way that you achieve that is by leaning more into spark, specifically the healthier version of spark. So give that a try. Let me know how it works out for you.